Sony Xperia 1 smartphone was launched in February 2019. The phone comes with a 6.50-inch touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 21:9. It is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Sony Xperia 1 on the rear packs a 12-megapixel primary camera with an 1.6 aperture, a second 12-megapixel camera with an 2.4 aperture, and a third 12-megapixel camera with an 2.4 aperture. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It sports the 8-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. The Sony Xperia 1 runs Android 9.0 and is powered by a 3300 mAh battery. The Sony Xperia 1 supports wireless charging as well as proprietary fast charging. This phone supports storage expansion via microSD card up to 512GB. It was launched in black, grey, purple and white colors. It features an IP68 rating for dust and water protection. Nokia 9 PureView smartphone was launched in February 2019. The phone comes with a 5.99-inch touchscreen display. This one is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. It is powered by a 3320 mAh battery and supports wireless charging. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Nokia 9 PureView on the rear packs a 12-megapixel primary camera, a second 12-megapixel camera with an 1.82 aperture, and a third 12-megapixel camera with an 1.82 aperture, and a fourth 12-megapixel camera. There is a 12-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. You can record 4K videos at 30 FPS. Nokia 9 PureView based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128GB of inbuilt storage. It features an IP67 rating for dust and water protection. It was launched in midnight blue color. Xiaomi Mi 9 Pro 5G smartphone was released in September 2019. The phone comes with a 6.39-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 6. This device is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus 7nm processor. It comes with 12GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Xiaomi Mi 9 Pro 5G smartphone on the rear packs triple camera setup consisting of a 48-megapixel main shooter and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens and a 16-megapixel ultra-wide lens. There is a 20-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 10 and packs 512GB of internal storage. It is powered by 4000 mAh battery with 40W fast battery charging support and 30W fast wireless charging support. It was released in Dream White and Titanium Black colors. OnePlus 7T Pro was released in October 2019. The phone comes with a 6.67-inch Fluid AMOLED touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus 7nm chipset. It comes with 12GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the OnePlus 7T Pro on the rear packs triple camera setup consisting of a 48-megapixel main shooter and a 8-megapixel telephoto lens and another 16-megapixel ultra-wide lens. There is a 16-megapixel motorized pop-up camera on the front for selfies. This device runs Android 10.0 and packs 256GB of inbuilt storage. It is powered by 4085 mAh battery with 30W fast battery charging support. The Huawei P30 Pro is the best smartphone when it comes to photography. The Huawei P30 Pro is so close to being the best smartphone right now, and for some people it's already in the top spot. It's the best phone we have used when it comes to photography with 5x and 10x zoom capabilities and fantastic low light performance. The large 6.47-inch screen on the P30 Pro may only have a full HD Plus resolution, but it's bright, clear and colorful, providing an excellent canvas for your apps and games. The Huawei P30 Pro packs a 4200 mAh battery, which is larger than those in pretty much all of its rival. The Huawei P30 Pro packs in a Kirin 980 chipset and 8GB of RAM, giving the handset plenty of power under the hood. This means the P30 Pro is capable of handling any app you throw at it, with fast load times and the ability to render graphically demanding games such as PUBG on the highest settings without skipping a bit. There's no worry when it comes to P30 Pro potentially running out of juice. The battery life here is excellent. The Huawei P30 Pro's standout feature is its camera setup. It's the feature Huawei is marketing the phone around, and for good reason, as a camera phone it's excellent. On the rear, you will find a quad camera array comprising of 40MP main sensor, 8MP telephoto camera, 20MP ultra-wide-angle lens and time-on-flight depth sensing camera. The cameras of P30 Pros sets a new standard for the entire mobile industry. Its 4 rear cameras are quite simply astonishing. The design is eye-catching and powerful. It is providing good 5x and 10x zoom and a digital 50x zoom, which gets you insanely close to the objects far off in the distance. Its low light capabilities are also top-notch. The P30 Pro not only sets a new standard for Huawei, it sets a new standard for the entire mobile industry. It's a true flagship. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is the best smartphone available right now. It's a big phone that's designed for big hands, and it takes the very best of what's on the smartphone market and puts it together in a compelling package that we have loved testing. The Super AMOLED 6.4-inch display has been measured as the very best around, with super colors, great dynamic range and essentially the very best viewing experience you can have on a mobile phone. The default resolution is Full HD Plus, but you can crank it to QHD Plus and it's very sharp, with HDR10 Plus for superior contrast and color. That's a very important feature if you are a movie watcher on your phone. Plus, there's a fingerprint scanner embedded in the display. The battery life on the Galaxy S10 Plus is an improvement over the S9 Plus, thanks to the larger 4100 mAh battery inside. It will easily reach bedtime with double digits still left in the tank. The S10 Plus also offers Samsung new wireless power share, allowing you to wirelessly charge other devices on the rear of the handset. The back has a triple lens camera that takes normal, telephoto and new ultra-wide photos. You can capture more of what's in front of you without having to take few steps back. The Galaxy S10 Plus is packed full of the best Samsung has to offer, and it comes together to give you the best smartphone experience around right now. Huawei Mate 30 Pro 5G smartphone will be launched in October 2019. The phone comes with a 6.53-inch OLED touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 18.5:9. It is powered by an octa-core high-silicon Kirin 990 7nm processor. It comes with 8GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Huawei Mate 30 Pro 5G on the rear packs quad camera setup consisting of a 40MP main shooter and a 8MP telephoto lens and a 40MP ultra-wide lens along with a 3D time-of-flight camera. There are two cameras on the front for selfies. One is 32MP and another is 3D time-of-flight sensor. This device is based on EMUI 10 on top of Android 10 and packs 256GB of inbuilt storage. It is powered by a 4500 mAh battery with 40W fast battery charging and 27W wireless charging support. It was launched in black, space silver, cosmic purple, emerald green, orange and forest green colors. Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G smartphone was launched on 7th August 2019. The phone comes with a dynamic AMOLED 6.8-inch touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19:9. It is powered by a 1.9 GHz octa-core Samsung Exynos 9825 processor that features 4 cores clocked at 1.9 GHz, 2 cores clocked at 2.4 GHz and 2 cores clocked at 2.7 GHz. It comes with 12GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G on the rear packs quad camera setup consisting of a 12MP primary camera with an 1.5 to 2.4 aperture a second 16 megapixel ultra-wide lens with an 2.2 aperture, a third 12 megapixel telephoto lens with an 2.1 aperture, and a fourth time-of-flight 3D VGA camera. The rear camera setup has face detection autofocus. There is a 10 megapixel camera on the front for selfies with an 2.2 aperture. The front camera also features autofocus. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G runs One UI based on Android 9 Pie and packs 512 GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 1 TB. It's a dual SIM smartphone that accepts nano SIM and nano SIM cards. This device is powered by a 4300 mAh battery with 45 watt fast charging support. It also supports 15 watt fast wireless charging. This smartphone also supports face unlock. It was launched in Aura Black, Aura Glow and Aura White colors.